This Big Sky American East and Southland edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by WynnBet. WynnBet is now live in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Tennessee, and Virginia. From boosted same-game parlays to live in-game odds, WynnBet has what you need to win. Sign up today, bet 100, get 100 at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET. State restrictions apply. We're also brought to you by the College Basketball Experience. March Madness is heating up, and you need to subscribe to the College Basketball Experience. It's awesome, baby.
Hi, this is Merrill Hodge, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, baby.
Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
There were some people who digitally interact with us on the regular, maybe even in the chat, and they came after me for taking all the chalk. They made fun of me for taking all this low-hanging fruit crap conference chalk. And what has happened, Sean? Before you do that, that's a teaser. Bring Colby on.
Joining us here to talk all things college basketball, the artist formerly known as the Database, Colby Dant. What's up, Colby?
I hear David Bowie music playing at the coffee shop below us.
Yes, let's dance. We have the dance happening right before our eyes. Kramer was tantalized, teasing the audience about our amazing conference tournament run. Kramer, an amazing 28 and 2, 71 ATS, 83% on his locks.
Very impressive how you converted my I into a we. Just like almost Freudian like. It's just impossible to not also take. Yeah, I mean, look, you guys tailed me on the chalk parade. It was smart.
No, we hit on Pacific.
Yeah, 19-9 and 2, 68%, 67% of my locks. Colby also 64%.
Which, by the way,
conference tourney 18-10 and 2.
Are we worst record?
71% on his locks.
Worst record of all of us, though, on the overall in the conference tournaments. Are we ready to crown ourselves West Coast Conference specialists?
I mean,
those were ridiculous.
Fire.
That was
Fire
the freest
right
money I've had in a long time, Sean. And by the way, for those of you
we
who
only lost one game on the Missouri Valley and the West Coast.
And really it was the culmination of my theory about crap conferences and chalk, because not a single dog cashed in the first round for the Missouri Valley or the West Coast.
No, the West Coast Pacific.
Oh, well,
yeah, Pacific.
What do you mean?
Pacific was a dog.
Oh, were they a dog?
Yeah, we picked him at +1. I would have
bet
played
it
him
at -1. Maybe I'm the donkey.
I would have given them out as my dog. But it was only +1, so it wasn't that fun of a dog. They ended up closing like +4. So
sorry, I was going off my actual bets, not this fictitious sheet.
Okay. Wow, Ryan throwing shade at his own sheet. He's tossing the shade on his own spreadsheet.
Can we talk about
a man turning against his spreadsheet? The ultimate Benedict move.
Can we talk about the form, the spreadsheets in postseason form, and for all those weeks we had to stare at those extra lock columns. What are we doing? Oh, good thing the sheet can handle all these locks. It's got postseason lock capacity. All right, no one knows what we're talking about. One day,
that's what the audience loves. Inside spreadsheet talk.
Should there be maybe some pictures of maybe God's Eye can do some spreadsheet pictures?
Sure,
maybe we can work that out.
Okay, hopefully the servers can handle it, because just the heat of people wanting to see what the spreadsheet looks like.
The color. I mean, I did get a lot of likes on the picture of Colby pulling up a spreadsheet live on the show, so maybe I'll do the same. All right, go ahead, Sean. You're about to say something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
YouTube.com/sports gambling podcast. The chat is lit. We got the college experience checking in saying Kramer went to Chalkify for his. That's a great name, Chalkify, where you go to match yourself with other singles who also love betting massive favorites and never taking the dogs.
That might be a boring conversation.
Who do you like here? The favorite? Oh, I also like the favorite.
They just practice LeBron's dance over and over together.
Speaking of the favorite, our favorite when it comes to online sportsbook is, of course, WynnBet. Bet 100, get 100. State restrictions apply. So many ways to win over at WynnBet. We're knee deep in March Madness. Of course, though, NBA, NHL, XFL, extreme football. So many ways to win over at WynnBet. And if you hit the biggest long shot parlay of the week, you get $1,000 free credit. So much to choose from. All you got to do is head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet so they know you sent you. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBET. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at WynnBet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state where playthrough WynnBet is available. If you're someone who knows a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700.
We had a sweet fight last night in the Ohio Valley Conference.
Oh yes, that was amazing.
That you're just gonna go right into it.
I mean, I just feel like I woke up this morning and I put that. It's funny. Me and my wife were eating breakfast. Put that game on. You know, shout out to ESPN Plus for being able to play the games again. Was watching that. Just a fun incident. That is what makes sports better, Sean. I want to see them play again.
Yes, the chippiness. You gotta love it.
Yeah,
appreciate that. And
good uppercut. That one of the best punches I've seen on the hardwood.
And I'll say, you tweeted it out over on the old Twitter there, but I would say, say
the old Twitter there.
The thing to me that was the most impressive was that dude took a tremendous shot to the face and kept walking like
not the first time he's been punched in the face.
No, he looked like a seasoned veteran of getting punched in the face. He kept going. He didn't slow down. It was like this guy should consider a career in boxing. Yes. If you have a chin like that, you can be a tomato can and make a decent living.
That was a great moment. If you haven't seen that one, folks, check out the Ohio Valley. What was that? The SIU Edwardsville and UT Martin game from last night. A lot of fun.
Why do they call it a tomato can? Did they make tomato cans out of sturdier steel or something?
No, because they're easy to beat up.
No, I understand what a tomato can is. I'm wondering why it's called a tomato can.
The fighters, because they're easy to beat up, like it would be easy to beat up a tomato can.
Oh yeah, just curious why a tomato can.
Yeah. That I don't know.
They were flying off the shells back in the day, you know.
Yeah, it was just the default can back in the day.
So it had nothing to do
before all
with
these pussy Americans stopped being. Now everyone hates tomatoes. What's going on?
Okay, so apparently it originates from the childhood pastime of kicking a can down the street, which apparently the tomato part actually refers to blood.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I get that then. So
knock a tomato can over and red stuff spills out. I mean, I don't know. I didn't do a ton of research here.
You got to watch what you do in 2023 when you're doing an order at the office.
What do you mean?
God forbid tomatoes or cheese end up on someone's sandwich.
And real quick parenting advice: like, be careful when you tell the kids to research stuff, or they might be.
I'm trying to shit on green here.
No, I understand. Right? I understand. But I wanted to move on to this point because it's relevant. You got to be careful what to tell people to go research, or they might end up on Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want your kids stumbling upon the lemon party. They're a political group who have very extreme views.
Well, let's just put it this way. The word cheech was being used, and I thought it was some sort of like, I'm a kid, I'm smarter than you, I'm using code for like weed or pot, as a parent would say. Mm-hmm. It turns out cheech is actually a word to describe female genitalia.
Really?
Who the fuck knew this? And guess what?
Gotta stay hip, buddy.
When your freshman daughter's reading you Urban Dictionary to let you know about it.
Oh wow, they must not have heard it. Poor Cheech and Chong. Man.
I know. Cheech is a pussy now.
No, come on, never. Hey, we're gonna get to the picks. Before we do, reminder: SGPN merch store alive and well. We got the first half undershirts. Still time to grab those. We got some sweet St. Patty's Day shirts. Shout out to the guy who, I guess our social team accidentally put out St. Patty's Patty, which is verboten. It is Patty's Paddy. So we've gotten that fixed eternally. 10% off when you spend more than $40 and use the code MADNESS. Store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com.
They're a little dyslexic with the D and the T, the Irish, right?
No.
Also the classic SGP. No, they don't replace T's with D's.
No, they don't. People who butcher the Irish, it's the Irish people know it's Paddy, Paddy. People who butcher it.
I'm saying that the Irish often replace D's where T's are for other people. Is what I'm like. Patrick, Padrick.
Okay,
Correct.
yeah, but I think you're looking at it backwards.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's no one way to dyslexia. I was
Don't be a tomato can.
just pointing out that things are different. All right, great. American East on campus. It's reseeded March 4th, 7th, and 11th.
There's a simple analysis in this one.
All right, we'll talk about it. 200-1 NJIT, Binghamton, Maine, the 5 and 7 seed, 100-1. New Hampshire, 6 seed or 3 seed, 60-1. UMBC, we remember them. I think they knocked off a team from Charlottesville. 28-1. Bryant, 13-1 as the 6 seed. UMass, Lowell. Now we're up to the chalk, plus 150. Vermont, minus 160.
There's only one other team that's capable based on talent, probably, and that's UMass Lowell. But
It's crazy to me that UMass Lowell is plus 150. I thought it would be much higher. To me, this is like a tradition unlike any other. Just bet on Vermont.
100%.
Lay the minus 160 and move on with your life. Like has there ever been like how many years in a row has Vermont won?
I feel like they're there every year except the year UMBC beat Virginia. And this is the Roy L. Patrick Gymnasium gets lit. There's always a long line at the water fountain, Sean. And
Why is that?
At halftime.
Oh, they're dried out.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. But Vermont is just they're a force in this conference, man. Especially because it's on campus. If this was neutral site, I would kind of like Lowell's chances. It's not happening. They're 10-1 at home. They're 10-0 in their last 10. They've won 12 straight games.
They're just a machine, and they're always a fun, sneaky team to upset in round 1 of the tournament too, because they shoot the ball incredibly well. They're well coached. They always every year they have a bunch of seniors. Or am I wrong? Like how are they just consistently this deep?
They're like Gonzaga of the East back in. They're like Gonzaga.
Whoa. All right,
yeah.
relax.
No, you gotta understand.
Insane.
They're not a top 10 program, but I get what you're saying.
I'm saying though, if you followed Gonzaga's journey back in the 90s, they weren't a top 10 team.
No,
they were just winning their conference every year and fucking up teams in the tournament. So I think that's what I was trying to go for there. I know they're not a top 10 team, but if they're capable, NIL era, you get that gymnasium packed, bunch of hippies up there in Burlington.
Adam Rosenberg pointing out they let you drink anywhere on the street.
I was going to save this for later when I made my pick, but also
Ryan,
in the merch store.
You got
Ryan's doing a dramatic reveal.
Oh, the tie dye.
Oh, the tie dye,
man.
Go Vermont.
Wow.
Wow.
Perfect.
You gonna listen to some Fish, Ryan?
I was just interrupting my.
Ryan's got some live. Ryan will be trading tapes. If you have any soundboard tapes
Sean,
of live Fish,
people do not understand the idea of back in the day when you'd go on the internet and use a message board to find someone else who went to a different concert of the same band that you love, and you
board
trade
feed only. Board feed only.
And you trade bootlegs.
We got some old heads who listen to jam bands. All right, Vermont minus 160. Enjoy your Ben and Jerry's.
Is there anything else to talk about here?
Nope. No. Everyone is on
Lowell's the only other possible.
But at plus 150, I don't want any part of that.
I mean, Bryant does have Doug Edert. He is a bit of a legend in March. Former Saint.
All right. While you guys break down, while you break down the first round, I'll get back to looking at the phonetic differences between the Irish language and the Latin-based languages. Binghamton, the 5 seed, they're heading to Baltimore to take on UMBC, the heroes of Baltimore. Some may say 10 a.m. here on Saturday, the 4th. UMBC laying 7. Beautiful UMBC.
These teams just played. It was a 3-point game.
How often are we going to say this for these previews?
Well, and UMBC
not in a bad way.
UMBC is at home, and that makes a huge difference.
13-3, right?
They're dominant at home. They beat Binghamton in OT, so maybe a revenge spot for Binghamton. But UMBC, they beat them by 14 at home earlier in the season. They play a tight rotation. They're
tight.
They're kind of a decent team, all things considered. I'm on UMBC here. And I mean, again, when in doubt, take the chalk in these conferences.
UMBC is the dark horse, right, Colby? if we were gonna play a dark horse.
I would say like there's only two solutions here: Lowell or Vermont.
All right, I'm laying the points because it's a low hanging fruit conference, and Binghamton.
I'm taking the points.
Really? What do you like about Binghamton, Colby?
The fact that they just played and UMBC needed a game winner or a buzzer beater to get it
but
to
that
overtime.
was in Binghamton.
True,
right?
but I still think that's an advantage that's the last game you played.
So, but just so we're on the same page, the game they played in this arena, they lost 69-55.
True.
Okay.
But Binghamton is due.
And
I think
I'm wearing the tie-dye.
I think that was Binghamton's best shot, and UMBC is the better team, and they cover.
Who's more tie-dye, Binghamton or UMBC?
Binghamton.
Oh shit. All right, I'm gonna ignore the tie-dye for this.
Yeah,
pick.
Baltimore is not a tie-dye.
They once beat.
I do believe you get your ass kicked wearing a shirt like that in Baltimore.
Try rocking that around the Inner Harbor. Actually, Inner Harbor they might love.
In funny jam band story, Allman Brothers played the Camden Performing Arts Center, which if you've ever been to Camden, New Jersey, not exactly the suburbs.
Eat a peach, baby.
And the walk from the Performing Arts Center to the train station is.
Oh yeah,
I would say
you're talking to a guy who saw Eminem in the Up and Smoke tour at Camden.
Oh wow,
fun crowd,
bold.
I was in Baltimore. I went to a Wu-Tang show with a friend who had at the time he thought it was a nice car, but it was a nice high school car.
I mean, yeah.
And he had some nice rims and a brand new DVD player.
Not anymore. He didn't.
No, he did not. We came out of the concert. His car was on cinder blocks. It was absolutely fucking hilarious.
That's
decency to
put
him on.
Also to put a DVD player in your car.
Yeah,
was a thing
too.
only '90s kids understand.
That was gone
also
too.
The idea of, and you're reminding me with the cinder blocks, but the idea of like what we did for fun, like kids are just doing low effort social media bullshit. We were going out finding cinder blocks, putting them under our buddy's car, like lifting our buddy's cars up to put them on cinder blocks. So when they get in the car, it's like this high, it's like an inch above the ground. And so they throw it into gear and their car wouldn't go anywhere. We accidentally broke a dude's axle that way. So we stopped doing it, but it was a fun prank.
Hunter in the chat says he was in Baltimore earlier today and he goes, not going to catch me wearing that tie-dye shirt.
Wow. Okay. So you know what? It's 2023 guys. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Ooh.
And you're going to support me. Bryant, the 6th seed, they're heading to Durham, New Hampshire to take on New Hampshire. Oh boy. I mean, I'm wearing a tie-dye shirt. How do I not take the home of Ben and Jerry's, or is that Vermont also?
Vermont. That's all Vermont. Bryant, a road favorite here in New Hampshire. Bryant, pretty good offense, can shoot the ball very well. Although they finish kind of cool, at least ATS. Last 1-4 straight up. They finished 0-5 ATS. New Hampshire kind of relies on the 3 ball. Bryant 5-9 ATS on the road. I don't know. Moneyline Mac in the chat saying he kind of likes them as his sneaky upset pick as far as the tourney itself. What's your take, Colby?
Well, I mentioned they have Doug Eatert. They have a proven good coach also. But Doug Eatert, remember him from St. Peter's, the gunner on St. Peter's last year. I mean, I'll take them in this game. I like them laying the 2 against New Hampshire. I think they have the better coaching advantage. I'm not sure how lit Durham, New Hampshire will be. So I think the experience will pay off on the road here. But as far as winning the tournament,
the future odds tell you everything you need to know about this game. This is a 2-point spread, but the future odds are 60-1 and 13-1.
Yeah,
take Bryant. Wait, is that a favorite?
Bryant, one of the better offenses in the conference. Yeah, I'm gonna go Bryant as well.
There's that Lundholm Gymnasium, Sean. You ever been there?
No. What do they got going on in Lundholm?
I feel like we should make a trip to good old Durham. I want to go on a gym tour, like the ones that are actually still called gymnasiums.
Not arenas, you're saying?
There's a strong chance this one has
basically
a divider.
There's definitely, this is a divider. They got a girls volleyball practice going on at the same time.
So,
split facility.
Right down the road, not really.
They got a very fine machine.
A little bit more central in the state. I used to, the family used to vacation in a place in Troy, New Hampshire. And so shout out to Mount Monadnock, which I don't know if this is still true, was the most hiked mountain peak in the United States.
Really? I never even heard of it.
Exactly.
Right.
It's in New Hampshire.
It's a little secret.
Now you know something about New Hampshire. You know what? Of course we're going to fade New Hampshire, but while we're talking about the next game, I'm going to look it up. I believe it still is. All right, Maine, the 7th seed. This is now 1 p.m. on the West Coast in Lowell, Massachusetts. We're seeing Maine, the 7th seed, take on UMass Lowell. Massive.
Cocaine Bears checking in.
Has a bear lost or not covered since the
No.
Cocaine
I
Bears?
think the Bears have been rolling since this Missouri State put it on UIC.
I mean, what's the handicap here? I mean, you know how I feel about.
Well,
these
Maine
types
did
of
beat
matchups.
Boston College, which obviously Virginia Tech got swept by Boston College.
I think Maine's kind of.
That's a tough place to play up there.
I think Maine maybe a little frisky. They've closed out the season pretty strong, 7-4 straight up, last 11 in conference. Lowell turned the ball over 15 and 17 times versus Maine this season. You got Kellen Tynes leading the nation with 3.3 steals per game. I think you give this Maine team a couple turnovers. I think they're going to be a frisky dog here.
Maine also won the last matchup.
11 points seems crazy to me, and that's probably. I'm probably getting a little too cute here, taking the points. There's probably something to be said for, hey, they're 11-point dog for a reason. But I'm going to go Maine and the 11 here. I'm a big Bear guy. Bear down.
Lowell is 15-0 at home though.
Yeah,
are you a little worried about that?
I don't. It's
Sean,
probably not going to make the money line, but I'm taking Maine in the 11.
These aren't Cocaine Bears in Maine. These are weak ass black bears.
These are probably bears in hibernation.
How many wolves for the black bear?
These are the bears that you
Just
see.
two wolves.
Oh,
You just
one
say-
wolf could take down this kind of bear. Mount Monadnock is the second most frequently climbed mountain in the world after Mount Fuji in Japan. Over 125,000 hikers summit Mount Monadnock yearly, whereas Mount Fuji sees 200, 300,000.
Who's this guy?
You learn something new every day.
You
Fucking-
come for the picks, stay for the hiking facts.
You want some education. You know I like a little-
Especially in this old shirt.
you know I like
right?
some rambling, Sean. Give me UMass, Lowell. Come on. Era.
You talk me into the Cocaine Bears. Give me the points.
Yeah, let's go. Come on, we need one dog. I know Ryan's just on
Colby's got
autopilot.
2 dogs.
Yeah.
What do you mean autopilot? Autopilot winners, baby. NJIT, which how they have a basketball team. I'm talking about a gymnasium. They
So
definitely
is
have
this
a divider.
is that you work on like HVAC repair during the day and then play
wow.
basketball at
Well,
night?
this is a real technological institution here, Sean. It just happens to be in New Jersey, and they're the 8 seed taking on Vermont, the 1 seed, heading up to Burlington, where they're known for jackets, coats.
Oh, yeah.
I think they have a big coat factory up there. Vermont laying 16.
You sure they're still active?
Is the Burlington coat factory?
I just
not
feel like a
still
lot
big?
of those stores.
They were
a lot of
hard.
those stores
They
took an L.
pushed their
Yeah.
product hard on New York area radio station when I was a kid.
Oh, you couldn't escape the tri-state region without a Burlington coat factory.
I do recall I bought the grandmama Larry Johnson's, I think, at the Burlington.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Did you
back
know
in the
it's
day.
called?
Yeah.
Do you know why it's called the Burlington Coat Factory?
No.
Not because of Burlington, Vermont. Burlington, New Jersey. Is that?
Oh.
Okay, that's what makes sense.
I love all the.
Are they
facts.
still active? Are they with Sears?
They're a department store, so I'm gonna guess that they're gone. They were acquired by Bain Capital, and yeah, it still seems like they're still alive.
Still alive? How?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who would buy that?
A coat?
Yeah,
I don't know.
lay it. This is chalk. They're gonna win by 30.
Yeah, no, I mean you can't fade Vermont in the tourney. Vermont all the way, -16. Lock it up. Kramer, I'm assuming you're not going to take NJIT.
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 Yeah, I know. It's one of the. No, of course not. I grew up in New Jersey. I understand what that. I mean, my mom used to teach a course there, like part time.
At NJIT?
I didn't realize they had a team. Impressive.
So it's always a good time to fade someone if you're unaware their school has. I
mean, just pull up their profile on KenPom, Sean. It's the exact kind of stuff that we love laughing at. Like they're purple and paste and they're red and a lot of other stuff. That generally means fucking horrible. Especially
their defense is bottom of the American East. So you bring in a team like Vermont, it's going to be a bloodbath.
Great job on the American East.
Thank you.
We had this was like the warm up act. Now the show can start.
Now the show can start, and the show is starting off with a great sponsor of ours, Talkify. That's right. If you're looking to connect with some fellow singles, you got to do it over at Talkify.com/SGPN for 20% off when you become a client. Again, take all the heavy lifting out of first dates. There's so many times where you go, oh man, does this woman across from me, is she even aware of the Maine Cocaine Bears and their American East potential run? No, they're saying, again, let Talkify do the heavy lifting. They will match you up with someone that it is a great fit. And again, they have a really good. I mean, look at this. Look at their ATS record. 80% of clients meet their person within the first 12 matches. That is an amazing. That's lights out shooting from Talkify. Highly recommend setting up on Talkify. Again, they'll talk to you, screen you, and then match you up with again other people that you fit with. They are going to ask the tough questions that are too awkward for first dates. Again, who wants to deal with that awkwardness? No need. Just go to talkify.com/SGPN. That's TAWKIFY.com/SGPN for 20% off when you become a client.
All right, Sean. Yes, I was just catching up on the chat. I see Terrell pointing out that he can confirm that Noah is a Talkify client. So I'm excited to see what
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
excited to see what comes out of this, Sean.
Oh, come on, Ryan.
What? I'm just talking about the future. I will say, I hope he doesn't have the same experience I had, which once upon a time went on a more or less kind of a blind date, and between the time of the me getting there, her showing up late, me getting drunk, drinking at the bar, us finally sitting down, and then after 5 minutes she decided that she was going to leave because it wasn't exactly what she thought it was going to be. I hope that Talkify takes away that awful friction from your experience.
Rare Ryan dating story.
Oh yeah. Again, maybe we save it for the List podcast.
I like the List podcast.
The secret podcast.
The List gambling podcast.
I'm just not motivated. I know Colby. Colby will really to drive us over the finish line.
Dak Prescott, 565.
Just sipping that beautiful whiskey you guys
Give me-
gave me for Christmas.
In honor of
We could do the Lisp gambling podcast too. I like this. We have a lot of ideas.
In honor of there being talk of Dak Prescott being extended.
Yes. This is an all-time Colby take for a number of reasons.
I think Blake Bortles is better than Dak Prescott.
Whoa. I'm quoting Kramer in that scenario. You just so you guys know.
Oh wow.
The Lisp. I
Play
was
the X-Files
going
music.
through and quoting your old episode of stating that. I wasn't saying that was me that thought that.
I mean, I was about to agree with you, so maybe it is my take. All right, let's talk about the Big Sky. Of course, those who understand that we heard Merrill Hodge earlier in the show, or Colby, and that is because he's a Big Sky alumnus.
Bengal. He's a Bengal. Idaho
right.
State Bengal. Sean's a big fan of the band, the Bengals.
I think
Walk like an Egyptian.
They slap.
He does like to walk like an Egyptian. The Big Sky, we can't say that. Whoa, Sean, they're gonna take us off the airwaves. YouTube.com/sports gambling podcast. If you want to see Sean walk in motion like an Egyptian, the Big Sky, well, a little bit better than the American East because they can afford to play at a neutral site in Boise, Idaho, the Idaho Central Arena, I believe. I didn't check to see if the name had been updated. We're playing games from Saturday through the 8th of March, from the bottom to the top. Oh boy, our Idaho Vandals. Not a good season. The 10 seed, 150-1. Northern Arizona, the 9 seed, 40-1 with Portland State. The 7 seed, Northern Colorado, the 8 seed, 30-1. Idaho State, the aforementioned Bengals, the 5 seed, 25-1. Sacramento State, the 6 seed, 12-1. Weber State, like them playing football, Colby, don't we? 3 seed, 9-1, 5-1 for the
Damian Lillard just dropped 71 the other night. He's a Weber State grad.
Sean, if you want to get the board ready, Montana, the 4 seed.
Oh yeah.
Fitting of that.
Montana.
Hold on, 5-1, and then Eastern Washington, 1 seed. They do not play on a red court, plus 180, and Montana State, who don't play the sound effect for them. They're just a little. They're an oversized cat. 2 seed.
Well, you do your cat sound effect, Ryan.
That was pretty good. Thank you.
Yeah, we gotta clip that.
Nah, this first one was better. All right, so again, the odds kind of indicate to you that this is a 2.5 to 3 horse race. Maybe you can get cute. It certainly the odds, the tiering of the odds are a little bit more concentrated than some of these other bad conferences.
Eastern Washington bringing in a couple Boise natives on the team. McNeil and Magnusson both graduated from Bora High School in Boise. Eastern Washington, they've won 18 straight.
Well, they had,
They lost last 2.
Yeah.
They lost 2 in a row, and they've had some pretty bad defensive performances. Like they really cooled off late, but they beat everyone in conference at least once. Split with Montana State.
So this coach came after the 2 brothers.
Yes,
That went to Oklahoma?
he was an assistant on that staff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was an assistant on that staff, but I mean, I think they're a pretty damn good team. I caught them live when I was in Flagstaff, guys, and that's why I was there, scouting the Eagles of Eastern Washington.
Weber State, I think, to me is the dog that is somewhat interesting because they were able to beat Montana State and they played Eastern Washington pretty tough.
Yeah.
Also worth noting, the Big Sky, unlike the some of these other tournaments, that they have staggered it in a similar way to where you have your first round / play-in games the first day. The second day, the 1 and 2 seeds play the winner of those games, so they get a rest advantage themselves. Their opponent is disadvantaged, and then the rest of the quote second round takes place. So then the 1 and 2 seeds would get a whole day off before their next games if they are to win. So they do seem to be like they're building the easiest possible path for Eastern Washington and Montana State, and that probably is why the odds reflect it, I would imagine.
I mean, I think there's 4 possible teams that could win this thing.
Really?
I think it's the top 4.
So Sacramento State, no.
No.
So you're saying the top 4 seeds, that's who you're looking at.
Yeah, I think, and I even with that, for some reason, I think to me it's Montana State, Eastern Washington, or Weber. Montana, you could talk me into because I've seen them flash. But
what do you mean? Did you not? Have you not seen what's going on in the movie theaters?
Montana's
You're gonna fade a grizzly bear right now.
I'm on the Eagles, man.
Oh boy,
caught them live. They got this dude. What is it? Tyrese Davis. That's a baller. They also have this guy who wears the rec specs, and he's filthy.
They fit the mold of a team that you're gonna want to root for.
Casey Jones.
If we don't get Eastern Washington, would they be a 14-13 seed probably?
They'd probably be a 15, maybe a 14.
That's beautiful.
It depends on the.
So
how
let's
the
just
goes, yeah.
predict let's just visualize the futures. We're all going to close our eyes. It's Thursday. We're at the beautiful wherever we're watching games in Las Vegas. And what do we see?
We're watching it at the Westgate.
You don't know where we're watching the games?
I wasn't sure if it was Thursday or Friday.
It's Thursday.
Thursday we'll be at the
Come
Westgate.
say hi.
In their beautiful
Barry Manilow Theater.
Barry Manilow Theater, and we will be watching and betting on Eastern Washington as a guy with rec specs.
No, but he's nasty. He can dunk.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
this is the kind of stuff you want to bet on. Like, think about all the assholes in the room who don't know anything about Eastern Washington. Yeah. I know I'm looking ahead to March Madness, but they won't know about the rec specs.
Look,
and they're going to be so pissed.
My wife's watched a lot of. My wife is from Columbia, right? She's watched a lot of college basketball.
Out of respect, I won't play the Cocaine Bear sound. Out of respect, Colby.
She's watched a lot of college basketball, and she doesn't really know about college basketball. Yeah, especially like mid-major college basketball.
Does she like?
Yeah, she does. But she normally will note to me, and she goes, "Hey, the white guys aren't very good, right?" And I go, "Yeah, it's true." When she went to the Eastern Washington game, the guy I'm referring to, Casey Jones with the rec specs, she was like,
"You took her to the game?"
Oh, I took her to the game, man.
And she saw this man in person. How did she react?
She said,
"True
okay,
love. If
he
can
take, ball.
See, you got to find. You got to go to Talkify and find you a woman you can take to an Eastern Washington game."
She went to a loyal. She saw LePepe play. She sold on LePepe.
Well, and she still stayed with you after seeing LePepe in the wild.
She's sold on UC Santa Barbara's the French guy from Jersey. He's nasty. And then she's sold on the whole Eastern Washington team, but Casey Jones.
Well, that's it. That's enough for me.
Yeah,
I'm going Montana State.
How dare you?
For my favorite pick, because I don't like the way Eastern Washington finished the season. I like Montana State's defense, dominant in conference, and I think they're the team that's finished hot. And I think they're going to roll. And then I do like Weber State at 9-1 as the dark horse. I think they're going to be a live dog. You look at the way the bracket's shaking out. So yeah, give me Weber State and Montana State. What are you guys doing? Are you just taking Eastern Washington?
I like the dog as Weber too. So let's go E-Dub and Weber State.
All right, I'll join you guys on Weber.
Wow.
But I'm with Colby on I mean, I heard a lot of positive things about Eastern Washington.
No, it should be a good game. I'm worried about the way Eastern Washington finished. That the fact that they're two of their worst defensive performances came in the last two games.
I like that.
That's
I don't want them on a 20-game win streak
Coaching
coming into
moment.
the conference tournament.
Yeah, but I think it's I hear what you're saying on that, but I think that swung too far. Two of your worst defensive performances at the end of the season. Maybe they're looking ahead to the tourney. I like Montana State.
All right. I mean, could it have been they didn't need those games because they had such a huge lead in the conference and they were resting up a little bit?
Yeah, yeah.
Worth noting, Sean, it wouldn't have been disrespectful because there are as many as 4 species of bears in Columbia, including the speckled bear, which apparently is nearing extinction.
I don't want to
so.
promote negative stereotypes about the good folks of Columbia.
Well, I mean,
Love Columbia.
We factually know that they're like Columbia is like stereotypically known for cocaine, but now we actually factually know they have some bears.
Jaguars.
Let's,
too.
you know what? We can donate some money to the speckled bear. Save the speckled bear fund.
I'm on board.
And then we won't feel bad about playing the cocaine bear soundtrack. All right, let's talk about the first round. Saturday afternoon. So there's 2 games per day. So the first day, Saturday, 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Idaho takes on Northern Arizona, the 9 seed and the 10 seed. Northern Arizona laying 4 here. Idaho by the odds, clearly in a different class of shittiness.
They split though in the regular season,
but Northern Arizona also bringing in that high elevation that I always like. And Northern Arizona second in the Big Sky, 8 offensive rebounds per game.
they have a big man that reminds me of the villain in Karate Kid.
And Lumberjacks, they've won 8 out of the last 10 versus Idaho. I know they split that one, but man, I don't know. I really like this matchup for Northern Arizona.
Well, their leading scorer is Jalen Cone, who's a transfer from Virginia Tech. He can light it up, but Idaho might have a little home
Cooking.
edge. Yeah,
I don't know.
You've been to Moscow, the great city of Moscow.
Great.
You had one pussy burger there, didn't you?
Great college town. I mean, it matches my shirt. Thank you for noticing, Colby. I'm by the way, Northern Arizona elevation of 6,900 feet in Flagstaff.
Yeah,
only 2,700 where they'll be playing in.
So that is just, you're gonna feel like you're. It's like when you take the batting donut off. They're gonna be cruising. Northern Arizona all day. Colby, you can have your Vandals. I want no part of this.
I think you look. Idaho down the stretch.
Kramer nailed it. Look at their futures.
I'm on NAU.
They're 150 to 1.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to look at it. And by the way, does anyone find it interesting that no one plays where this is being played?
Yeah.
That I don't understand.
True neutral site.
They're going to a place in Boise that's not really like even.
Well, it's like, what about when the ACC plays in Brooklyn?
Northern Arizona? That's a long trip. I would imagine it's not the easiest trip. Right?
Can they afford a flight for them?
You think they can afford a flight out of Flagstaff?
That's a
they're
bus.
Busting it.
That's
oh
a
my
bus,
god, that's like a day trip.
What do you mean they're going to stop at the Hoover Dam?
I'm taking a dog. Give me the.
Really?
I love Moscow, Idaho. They suck ass, but I don't give a shit.
Wow. Okay.
You got to take a dog once in a while. Northern Colorado.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Ed McCaffrey slapping people with his clipboard.
Taking on Portland State. Why does Portland State ring them? Was Portland State like used in a TV show or something like that? Portland State, the 7 seed, is catching a point here.
The Vikings.
Vikings. I mean, that's a weird name to be a Viking team out in Portland. Is it ironic or in any way?
Yeah, I can't believe that name stood up with all those people in Portland.
Vikings were actual people, so it's not offensive.
What?
I'm just.
I mean, how do you not take Northern Colorado here? They own Portland State, beat them twice this season.
Dylan Kuntz is a baller.
Whoa, Colby, come on. This is a family show.
Say that again.
Their best player for Northern Colorado.
Jesus Christ.
Dylan
Kuntz.
It's Kuntz.
Kuntz. All right.
Dylan Kuntz. Portland State. They shot horrible from behind the arc in both games. Only 29% from 3 in those 2 games. Portland State high on tempo. Northern Colorado not. But I don't know, man. How do you take Portland State here? What am I missing?
No, you got to go Northern Colorado, even though both teams really suck down the stretch here. What are you doing here?
But Northern Colorado just owns Portland State.
sometimes you got to look at that, Colby. Sometimes when a team dominates twice, 2-0, it's easy. That's add that to the system, Sean. In shitty conferences, when one team has beaten the other team twice,
Lafayette style.
Oh well, that's
no Lafayette. Lehigh had swept them, and then Lafayette beat them.
That unfortunately would not be part of my system. That would be the opposite of my system. It's unfortunate that Sean's team failed my system, but I'm taking Northern Colorado as well. So then we're going to jump ahead because on Sunday will be the Eastern Washington Montana State games versus the winners of the games we just discussed, and then all the way over to Monday the 6th, Idaho State 5 seed taking on Montana, the 4 seed, projected line of 5. I mean, I would imagine based on, again, like if you want to play the odds game, for one team to be a 5-1 conference future and the other to be 25-1 would indicate the line should be a little bit bigger than 5, as that money line doesn't strike up, the math there.
I mean, I think the issue is this game is going to be comically slow in tempo, and maybe Idaho State hangs around. But on the other side, Montana, very good from the free throw line, 12th in the country. Idaho State dead last in opponent free throw percentage. Like, they put you to the line.
They just Montana's got a much better offense, much more efficient offense. The teams are very similar defensively, but Montana's offense cruises, and also the way that they protect the ball. They don't turn the ball over much. Give me the Grizzly Cocaine Bears to get it done.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like
we're not going to start fading Bears at this point.
Yeah, again, the odds themselves don't make sense. And again, 2-0 in the regular season, Montana versus Idaho State. So keep it simple, stupid. 7 p.m. last of the first/second round games here on Monday. Sacramento State, the 6 seed, taking on Weber State, the 3 seed. The odds are quite close here.
Well, Sacramento State coming in pretty hot, ATS at least 4-1 against the spread last 5. So Weber State also 4-1, ATS their last 5. Weber State, this is a good nugget from the research team, 9-2 ATS and 10-2 overall when they give up fewer than 66.1 points.
And they beat them twice.
Well, and Sac State's won 2 of their final 10 games.
Weber State beat Sacramento State both times this year.
Yeah,
this is a pick 'em.
I like Weber State for the tourney, so how do I not like them -1?
That's what I'm saying. You gotta love this spot.
Part of the reason you love their future at 9-1 that you didn't explain to the audience was that you love them in this spot here where they're being given even money treatment, which means the odds will immediately probably half if they win this game.
Yes, obviously I'm a future shopper. I'm going to be looking around for the best conference odds.
We assume everyone
buying and selling.
We assume everyone is at our level. So
I'm playing the market more than anything.
I was listening to
an easy play.
I was listening to a podcast where the guy, I shouldn't even say guy, the person kept saying, I don't want to bore you by explaining it. What the fuck else are people listening for?
Was that my show?
No, it wasn't.
I'm joking.
Your show.
One comment on YouTube was pretty funny where they go, these guys keep going off on tangents where they try and show off with how much knowledge they have. That's like, what tangents do we go off on?
Our show?
Yeah, from our show.
I go on tangents sometimes.
Yeah, but it's not showing off how much. I mean,
yeah, don't you listen for knowledge?
I did just flex my Mount Monadnock.
Yeah, everyone, but I don't think that's you showing off how much knowledge you have, Sean, when it comes to the sport of college basketball. It's you rambling about hiking facts.
Not everyone wants to learn how to fish. They just want someone to cook their fish and stick it in their face.
Ooh.
That's true. It's just a fact of life.
These.
And I will say, funny thing about listening to other shows on the network. I was listening to Colby's show, and my iPhone told me I needed to turn down the volume in my AirPods because it was dangerous.
That's what we do over there in the college basketball experience, all right?
It was pretty funny.
The chat yesterday wanted me to do a shirt because I did explain.
What do you mean a shirt?
We went to the store to create this shirt that because I explained. They were making fun of you essentially.
What were they saying?
Well, I had said something on the show about you're a TMZ college basketball fan. I'm full. We're all the way in, and I said some people scuba dive, and some people snorkel.
Yeah,
right.
Wow.
And I said you're a snorkeler. Right.
Oh, I saw someone call me that earlier. I was assuming it was some sort of derogatory term about me wearing tie-dye.
So we want a college basketball experience T-shirt. Some people snorkel, some people scuba dive.
Well, that's
Who
actually. I snorkel. Yeah, I'm not really interested in relying on the fucking bum down the dive shop with my life as I'm 90 feet below the water. If I want to go down there, I'll free dive like a fucking man. You want to show yourself, snorkeler? Is his name Daro by any chance?
How you gonna know if there's any sea dragons out there?
Well, free dive like a man. Again, this is like sliced meat. We can be a child about it, or we can be an adult.
Well, Terrell in the chat saying Sac State money line. What are you doing?
No.
Kramer's
they're terrible away from the nest.
That's the shirt. Kramer's snorkeling service.
Iveta also had a great reference. She's
she.
Yeah, we have a Iveta in the chat. She's a college basketball experience fan. Guys, you can thank me later.
Does she also snorkel? Maybe we can meet on Talkify.
You know how we thought Michael Meyer was doing cocaine instead of those 6 energy drinks he had while playing video games?
Or he was just a snorkeler.
So cocaine Meyer t-shirts. Come on, that's good. That's good.
Oh, that rhymes with bear too.
Yeah.
I like that.
No, it's just Monster Energy drink.
6 Monster Energy drinks.
Sometimes well, that's the thing. No one wants to take accountability.
There's some Adderall in there too. You can't just be Monster Energy drinks.
You think the Adderall shortage is affecting everyone, Sean? All right, let's head over to Southland, where we're playing. From what I understand,
this one's a lot of fun.
So this was not played here last year. This year it's going to be played at the Legacy Center in beautiful Lake Charles, Louisiana. March 5th through the 8th. We're starting on a Sunday. And what do we have here? Interesting that the Southland is starting on a Sunday. The only conference to start this Sunday, from the bottom to the top: McNeese State, the 8th seed, New Orleans, the 7th seed, and Houston Christian, the 6th seed. All 90-1. Texas A&M Commerce, any relation to Patrick? 5 seed, 35-1. Nicholls State, the 4 seed, 650. Southeastern Louisiana, the 3 seed, plus 550. Northwestern State, the 2 seed, 170, and Texas A&M Corpus Christi, plus 110 to win it all. The 1 seed.
None of the first or you got to take. I mean, McNeese, New Orleans, Houston Baptist or Christian, whatever they call themselves now, and Texas A&M Commerce. They can't win.
Texas A&M Commerce.
They're brand new. They were D2 last year.
That's impressive.
Yeah, they're not eligible to actually play in March.
You're probably wondering, like, wow, this 2 teams didn't make the tournament. Lamar and Incarnate Ward, are they
eliminated?
Oh my goodness,
That's a tough break.
Play that laser sound.
And so Colby said none of the teams playing in the first round have a chance. So we're just talking the top 4 seeds.
That's just a bet.
They run a similar West Coast.
Southland is ranked 30th conference in the nation for Ken Palm.
Who are they better than?
They got rated. So the WAC grabbed Sam Houston State, Stephen F. Austin, Abilene Christian. Those are all former Southland.
I'll take the SWAC over this conference any day, even though Ken Palm doesn't like them.
No, the SWAC is better this year.
I agree with you.
But at the same time, you had like Texas A&M Corpus Christi, Northwestern State. Northwestern State almost knocked off TCU. Southeast Louisiana, who'd they beat? They beat somebody. Was it? Might have been Vandy.
So which piece of this not chalk are you taking, Colby?
I'm going to buy into Northwestern State plus 170.
They're kind of fun, right?
Yeah. Yeah, let's go.
All right. Fun fact: they play in a where? Do you know how to pronounce this? They're from Louisiana.
Nachochis or something.
Which is a little confusing because they're Northwestern State.
They beat Purdue in the NCAA tournament in the past 20 years.
We worried about Northwestern State from the free throw line, Colby. 9th in the conference.
They're all.
We are worried about that, but no, this team can play, man. Like I said, load up. Look at what Northwestern State's done this year, especially when you got to go to the non-con to see if they're quality. And look, they're 21-10 overall. They open up the season.
They did lose to Texas A&M Corpus Christi on the road by 8.
They lost at TCU by 1. Now, Mike Miles didn't play that
lost
game.
by 6 at home as well.
They also beat Stephen F. Austin. They beat Southern Miss, who's the top team, won the regular season in the Sun Belt. They only lost to Baylor by 10. Played A&M close. Give me Northwestern State. This team could play.
TCU win is impressive. Yeah, I'm with you. I'll take Northwestern State, and I don't know. It doesn't seem like any of these other long shots.
Rob, you're right. They beat TCU by 1, but there was no Mike Miles.
So you guys are going to take Northwestern State over Corpus Christi?
Yeah, you're taking the chalk, Ryan, I assume.
No, I want to hear Colby's response here.
I took Northwestern State.
Yeah,
You like them better than Corpus Christi?
I think both teams are good, but I think State is the best team. Let's get it done.
You know what? I'm gonna just, if you want to give me all the Texas A&Ms, I'll also sprinkle Commerce.
Commerce. Why?
Because they're going to be playing. Because because
of their path in the bracket.
Because they beat Corpus Christi a couple weeks ago. There's a will. There's a way.
Classic Texas A&M rivalry.
There's a will. There's a way. All right. Yeah. That I'll sprinkle the 35-1. But yeah, plus 110. I mean, again, real like extreme shit conferences. What do we do?
Rob Donaldson referenced that Commerce lost to IUPUI, who had open tryouts.
By 12.
Had open tryouts.
Oh, IUPUI almost won their game outright. I had them covering the 14. They almost won that game.
Ooey pooey.
Now they are changing their name to IUI, I think.
When Texas A&M plays Texas A&M in the semifinals, and I'm sitting on a Texas A&M all the way ticket, you're gonna love it.
You're on a gravy train with biscuit wheels. Right?
First round, McNeese State, the 8 seed. They're laying a point here, again in Lake Charles, Louisiana, against Texas A&M Commerce. Are you kidding me? The disrespect.
I'm with you, Kramer. Let's take Texas A&M Commerce. I like them.
We literally have cousin of the program, Patrick, working for us. I think is Patrick still part of the team?
No. McNeese is located in Lake Charles, right? This is a home game, buddy. Give me McNeese.
They've lost both games to Texas A&M Commerce. It's gonna be a good game, but McNeese State's gonna lose.
There's a reason they're getting that extra bump in the line. But yeah, it was like Sean said, they played here, and what happened? Overtime, Commerce won. Give me Commerce. And I'm a big Texas A&M guy when it comes to the Southland. This was 3 p.m. on Sunday. Oh, competing with the XFL. How dare they? 5:30 on the West Coast on Sunday.
What will get more ratings? This is a great.
This is a good one. This
is a very.
Here, right?
That's mean. That's mean. XFL is going to crush them.
Really?
I assume that they're on actual TV. What channel is this? At least they got ESPN.
You have to know a guy to get this broadcast.
It's that Flow app. Is it on the Flow app?
No, this is ESPN Plus.
Oh, okay. So same app as XFL. Interesting. The competition is lit. Not Nolans, 7 seed. They're laying a point against Houston Christian, the 6 seed. Colby, I'm gonna follow your lead on this one.
I'm going New Orleans
since I'm a TMZ fan.
Going New Orleans here. I think the difference is Jordan Johnson, the Privateers guard.
Okay.
And New Orleans, you pull up there. I know they're ass 10-19, but it's still
elite shooting team.
To me, what I like about New Orleans is they at least have one green thing on Ken Palm, and they're a top 20 team in 3-point shooting. So if you're giving me one team with the top 20 thing and anything,
they also beat IUPUI by 3, Sean. So
I also think that if you are,
I mean, it's better than losing to IUPUI, and New Orleans is coming in red hot. They won 4 of their last 5.
If you are a Ken Palm guy, I think one of the most over or underlooked at measures in his 4 factors is the free throw attempts to field goal attempts. That generally is going to make a reflection of a team that's good, right? Like they're not wasting possessions on guard. It basically is saying this team doesn't just chuck it to the outside and hope to get lucky. They're going to do something with it most times. So I think that them being good at that, like on the national level. Sure.
I love New Orleans here. Yeah. I love
Give me the Privateers. Once again, Lake Charles, Louisiana. There's probably going to be some Privateers making that trip.
Oh wow. I don't even know
what is a privateer.
I think a privateer was like one of those, isn't it one of those, it's like someone who carries a sword in the military, isn't it? Like a
privateer. Yeah. It looks like someone on a ship.
Oh, it's a naval position.
Yeah. It's an armed ship owned by private individuals holding a government commission.
Iveta in the YouTube chat with a real DGens only slip here. She gave out Winthrop +3, Citadel Mercer first half under 62.5 and ECU plus 12.5. Let's go, boys.
Very appreciate her also just getting loose when it comes to first half unders.
Yes.
Always love
There
to
we
see
go.
it.
We're already seeing some first half under
Yeah.
tickets trickle in. And again, they are not officially part of the system, but we're here to celebrate any first half
It's
under.
a community and a system all at the
Yes.
same time, Sean. So we both things can be true. Obviously,
Kramer, are you also
Yes.
on New Orleans?
I am on New Orleans.
Okay, make it a trifecta. Man, rough time for the Discord. They've been really getting their ass kicked in these conference tournament games.
Sorry to hear that.
Look at this privateer.
I was right. It's an old guy with a sword.
Yeah.
All right, but it's someone who's not in the military, but they're allowed to have military
I
power.
mean, but he'll fuck you up though. Look at this guy.
I mean, it looks like a guy that gets scurvy and dies on a boat in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. All right,
And
so-
we got a Michael Lima, it looks like, and apologies if I pronounce that wrong. Checking in from Brazil, loving you guys' work. Thank you.
That's
Checking in
That's
for
Colombia.
Brazil.
Oh
That's
my
Colombia,
God,
buddy.
dude. You didn't want to be disrespectful with the
yeah.
bear, and you're
Yeah.
gonna play Shakira for Brazil.
I thought Shakira's from Brazil.
Colombian.
My
Really?
God.
Yeah.
Jeez, are you not familiar with the
Yeah.
Colombian rock movement of the late '90s?
I don't have any Gloria Estefan drops.
What are you gonna
Is
say
she from
next?
Brazil?
Pele's from Puerto Rico.
Gloria Estefan's like Cuban or from Miami.
All right, I'm not going to be quoting any more pop culture.
Just say Pele. Pele's from Brazil. That's an easy one.
All right. I was trying to celebrate someone checking in from
These
Brazil.
old privateer cannons are awesome. I do one of these in my house.
I will
seen
say if a privateer gets you on a boat to die of scurvy, but you've shot a cannon, that's
Yeah,
gotta be
look
pretty
at
fun.
that fucking thing,
All right.
man.
Hey.
Locks.
Time for the lock,
Wow.
lock and dog, brought to you by sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet. Bet big, win bigger. Kramer, what do you got?
That was a pretty hard lock there. All right, let's
go American East locks. What do we got?
I'm gonna lock up Bryant actually in the American East.
Okay.
I liked as you know I was tuning in to a TMZ style show that was really talking me up on Bryant and their athletic ability.
You were snorkeling over there, huh?
I guess I was snorkel. Can you snorkel above the water? For the Big Sky. I mean, why would I not lock up Montana? What is this, third week of Cocaine Bear? I mean, as long as it lasts. I mean, again, white stuff has covered the mountains behind me for almost a week since this mysterious phenomenon started. So I'm just going to keep riding it. And for my Southland, well, there's only one Texas A&M playing that I can lock up. And as a Texas A&M guy, go Aggies. Are they all Aggies?
No.
Really? That's confusing. Like if you have sub programs, they should still have your name, right? Come on.
I would think so. Yeah.
Come on.
It's not like you have the Nittany Lions and then
It's like it's
the
bullshit.
Cougars.
all California schools should be
Commerce
Bears.
is the Lions, and what is Corpus Christi again? They are
Lion
the,
versus Grizzly Bear. Give me the after I watched
they're the Islanders.
after I watched that hippo punk 3 full-grown lions.
Shout out to Chad G in the chat saying, I had a buddy in college that had a contraption called the snorkeler.
It's smoking about weed.
I assume it's for that and not something else. Because it could be that you need
Yeah. May need a breathing apparatus. You're going underwater there. All right, for me, my lock.
Do I get to give out a dog?
Oh yes. What's your dog?
Yeah, snorkel around some more, right?
You want me to snorkel around a little bit? Well, I'm gonna. You know what? Let's shock the world. Little home cooking. Give me Idaho plus the money.
Wow.
against Lowell,
Idaho
Arizona.
plus money line. All
Shout
right.
out to Moscow.
For me, I'll take Vermont minus 16. Grab yourself a little Ben and Jerry's, crank up the fish, bounce around the room. And for my lock of the Big Sky, Weber State -1. Come on, they're alive.
Okay.
They're alive to win that tournament. For my Southland, New Orleans -1. That is the lock of all locks.
Wow.
And for my dog,
Who knew he was a privateer?
Yeah,
I can see you out there on the open
Little
seas.
privateer.
Hear that clang of the
Right?
sword?
Yeah,
unsheath your sword. Oh, we got a great
swing your sword, buddy.
We got a great
Sean's teasing the future.
we got a great ad read coming up. I cannot wait to lean into it, but it involves swords. Stay tuned. And for my dog, no one believes in him. Give me the Maine Cocaine Bears on the money line.
That's a
Wow.
Go big or go home.
Not even cocaine could get them over UMass Lowell.
Shout out to Degenerate Ringer here. Since I've started following SGP, I have no desire to watch anything else.
Yes, sir.
Well, hopefully you have different types of content you consume.
Like Cocaine Bear,
or Colby's fulfilling your pleasure center content.
We've hijacked your pleasure centers.
Dr. Phil. That's a callback to Dr. Phil.
Yes.
Wow.
Check out the Dr. Phil watch party on SGPN TV.
You understand what's going on here. Colby's explaining to his fans that are in our chat.
Yeah, because you got to understand they might
Colby,
not know.
I gotta go somewhere. Give out
They
your
were
picks.
scuba diving.
We'll be back.
You've been snorkeling.
Colby, we're gonna be back in like 73 minutes, hopefully.
Oh, wow.
If I can get my car and come back to the studio in time.
Oh.
So let's finish this episode so we can go to the next episode.
All right, we are locking up Bryant -2 against New Hampshire. We are locking up.
Was that your Colonel Sanders?
Yeah, it was, man.
Interesting.
You got to go Weber State -1 here. Give me Weber -1 in the Big Sky.
They keep a nice program.
And then let's go with those Privateers against Houston Christian. Dog, you know what it is, buddy. All right.
Any dog we
It's the
pick
golf
is
course
cursed.
of Binghamton against UMBC.
Oh wow, bad take there, Colby.
Once knew a guy from Binghamton.
Really? True story.
Oh, people don't like to know too much. So.
Is this where you're going off course and showing off how much knowledge you have?
Once knew a girl named Jane.
It's like,
I'm tired of Ryan bragging about how he knows guys in Binghamton.
instead of saying that I bet this 2 days ago with a better number, I'm just gonna say I knew someone from there
my
once.
Binghamton Connect came through.
Snorkeling again.
Snorkeling. Hey, we're going to deep dive. We have a Saturday Picks podcast lined up for this afternoon. Make sure you tune in for that as well. YouTube.com/sports gambling podcast. Toss us a subscribe, thumbs up. The chat is lit. Let's get those thumbs popping up. And we got some big contests coming up for March Madness. Make sure you download the SGPN app. Check out the store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Use that promo code MADNESS. Get that 10% off.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, sagging the Muddy Green, and he is Ryan.
They say you have to not forget about your thumbs when you're snorkeling.
Kramer, let it ride.